Hi everyone and welcome back to another video at PrintStick channel. Today I want to show you how I create a page in my planner. I'm going to be using the Elegant Planner. I posted something on Instagram. I was learning how to grow food plants at home. So I had some tomatoes, but I didn't know anything about gardening or growing your own foods. I studied a lot and I started researching and stuff, and I keep my notes in my Elegant Planner. So I want to show you, I will go right here. This is my planner. Okay, so this is a page that I shared on Instagram. So what I did is I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube and got a lot of information from a couple of different videos, and then what's most important to me, that's what I wrote down here. So this is just my notes that I wanted to keep. What I did is I used one of the linked blank sections that come in the Elegant Planner. I had been using a separate notebook to keep my notes, and I still have that, and I love that because I just keep important notes very neatly organized. But in this planner, I just started using the sections because really that's kind of like a built-in notebook. So I'm going to show you, this is your index, and these are all of the blank sections that you have. So I just very simply labeled it tomatoes, and in fact I want to show you how I will start a new section. So you just open your toolbar, and to do that you click on this pen with a circle icon on the top right corner. And then I have my text box selected, but if you don't, you just tap there and then tap anywhere and you can start writing. So my next section will be my section where I keep information about my workouts, because I finally am taking more seriously, exercising, and I actually got an Apple Watch, and it helps to let you know, if you have exercised enough or if you haven't. And I never thought I would care about this, but I do want to complete my rings every day. So today, for example, I did a lot of exercise and I would like to keep track of that. So that's the next layout I'm going to show you how I create. I'm using the Cuevas font that is now available at the shop. I'm gonna link it below, but if you want to change the font, you just double tap on the text and then click on this font formatting icon here, and then you have the option to change to a different font. Okay, for some reason it changes the color when you do this, so I'm just gonna go back and click on the gray color that I had selected up here. Okay, so that's gonna be my new section, and let me just click there and the section is going to open. It's completely blank. Again, this is the Elegant Planner, and I really love it because it feels like it's part of the app. If I open my toolbar here, let's open it, yeah. So you have your tools from GoodNotes, but then you have kind of your tools or your navigation from the planner, and I think that's really neat to look at. I just like the way it looks and feels. And I also love the dark mode. It's very compatible, the dark black background of the Elegant Planner with the new dark mode in GoodNotes. Although I do love writing with my Apple Pencil, I just never had beautiful handwriting, so really what I've been using is the text tool. So I'm just going to create a text box to write this date. Okay, that's the first thing. And this is kind of what I wanted to show you. I create kind of my designs one time and then I copy it. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna use this font to say date, and then I'm going to write the date, which today was Wednesday. I'll write the whole thing. October, which I can just say OCT, 2019. Okay, now I want a different font for this, so I'm just gonna tap select all and then go to my formatting here and select, I like the Kai font, which is also available, and I'm also going to link it below. And I want a different color, so maybe purple, you can always change this. So using my lasso tool, click on your lasso, make a circle on the text, and then click on that circle to click on resize, and you can change the size, and you could also rotate the text, which I do not want to do right now. And then I'm just gonna place it here next to where it says date. Now that I've done this, I just want to copy these and paste them. I'm actually going to paste it 2 times like that, and then I can just modify this part. So, okay, this is going to say workout. I need to grow the box a little bit, and I also need to move these text boxes like here. I guess I can keep this one next to it, and this one will say, I will keep track of when I did the workout and also how long the workout was. I will actually change the format of this. So instead of having date and then the date next to it, I think that I want to do something like this. Okay, let's go date, and then under the title I'll have the information. Okay, so that would be like the information that I need. And then why I wanted to show you this is because I could even, let me do a little box just to show you. Click on your perfect shape tool. You first click on your pen and you select kind of the size of the pen you want and the color. And then if you tap on the perfect shape tool, which is this like circle, square and triangle icon up here, then whatever settings you have for the pen, it'll help you to straighten those lines, okay? So if I want to draw a square, this should help me to keep it perfect, kind of, even though as you can see here, it gave it a weird shape. And in fact, compared to GoodNotes 4, I found it a lot harder to keep my shapes perfect with this GoodNotes 5 because I think it's like more true to your lines. So if you make an imperfect square, it's gonna keep it imperfect instead of like just making it, you know, perfect. So I don't know, it's I'm getting used to it still, but you can definitely make some shapes in a simple way. So I use this tool a lot to draw straight lines, things like that. And right now what I want is to draw a box around this, because my idea here is to have boxes of the different workouts that I do, so I can do this rather than having my weekly spreads or monthly spreads, which you could also do, but I like to design my own pages. So again, I click on the pen icon so I can select a smaller pen size. That is too small, but this medium size. And remember that if you tap again on any of these sizes, you can move the slider and select a completely different size, okay? So for example, this looks good. Yeah, that's fine. And then I want a color like this other color, which again, if you tap on the color, you can select a different color option. So maybe this lighter blue, something like that. And then perfect shape. And then I'm gonna try to make a rectangle. All right, that seems good. And then I'll show you a little trick. If you want to move just your rectangle, but you don't want to move your text boxes, then click on your lasso tool. So first you have to select the lasso and then tap on it again, and then you can deselect the option. For example, in this case, I don't want to move my text boxes, so I will deselect this option. And now when I select something with the lasso, even though I'm over the text boxes, those will not be selected, will not be moved, you know, only the handwriting option, which is my square. And this is useful if you want to move it or if you want to choose the color, a different color. So if I go and pick like a gray or a pink, because if I had my text boxes selected here and then I went over and changed the color, it's going to change the color of everything that's selected, including the text, okay? So I will deselect that once more and pick a better color because I didn't like that one. Okay, so purple looks fine for me. And you can also resize your handwritten, you know, items. There we go. All right, so this is where I wanted to get. I wanted to show you, I used the same method here. So for example, this set is two text boxes, okay? So text box number 1 with the title, text box number 2 with the title. So what I did here is I created this part, so these two elements, okay, the title and the text, and then I just copied it and then I created this one. I just changed the font for the title. This is a different font than this one, and then I changed the text, of course, and then I just drew a little box again with my perfect shape tool selected around it. And then here again I just repeat these first two text boxes. So if you go to this new page, that was today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and then paste it right next to it, right? And then here I want to keep it open to enter the new date for whenever I exercise again, which hopefully will be tomorrow, but who knows. And then there's two things here that I like doing, and I actually should have done it before, but I didn't. That's okay. So the first thing is I make this text centered, okay? So here you center it. As I said, it changes the color, which is quite annoying. I don't know why that happens. Let me see if I can find the same one. Close enough. Anyway, but so why I center that text is so that when I click here and I write something else, so for example, it will center the word. If I didn't do that, for example here, if I just write something new, it'll start on the left. And in this particular case, I want everything to be centered. Here, it looks centered because I manually moved it using my lasso tool, but here I want it to always be centered when I just use the text box. So what I do, first of all, you grow the box to be the width of the drawn box that you made, right? And then you will select all and then go to your paragraph options here to center it. And I'm gonna worry about the times later. And another thing I wanted to say is when I do these boxes, I just leave a little star, okay, here, so that the text stays here, but I don't necessarily have to select what I want the text to say right now, because again, I don't know what this information is going to be, so I just leave it open like that. Now this text, as you can see, the box is like all to the side. I'm going to center it again. Oh, this time it didn't change the color magically. And again, center it. And then just make sure that the box is centered as well, which I think it is. Okay, there we go. Oh, and then I forgot to turn this into my little asterisks here, or stars. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. Now that all the text here is centered, it's like I wanted. These boxes are not centered, but it doesn't really matter because I will not be changing that information, so I don't mind. And then I just click on my lasso tool to make sure all of my options are turned to green or selected. And then I just copy this whole thing. Oh no, first, hold on. So I need to get this color right, which it was something like this. Maybe that one. Close enough. Anyway, so I will copy this whole thing and just paste it next to the existing boxes. Okay, and I can just move this a little bit more to the left. Okay, good. And now I have all these boxes. I can make them smaller so I can fit more boxes, etc. And now I'm just thinking of another idea. First of all, I'm going to highlight the workout that I did, because that's the first thing I want to see. I want to see like what I did right in this particular workout. So it was the Pikachu hike. So I'm just going to highlight that so I can just see it quicker, right? And I don't have to read through the whole information. And now I'm just thinking that what I should do, I'm gonna deactivate my text boxes again. I should keep the same color of frame for the same workout. So for example, Pikachu from now on will be a green frame, okay? And then if I run, for example, if this is gonna be my running day or my running routine, this can be purple. And if I ever go swimming, this can be blue or any color that you want. And then it'll just be visually easier to locate, you know, a specific type of workout or see how many times you swim more than you run, or etc. And this is obviously a very particular case for some things that I do. You might not even be interested in you know, working out, but I just wanted to show you that this is the method that using text boxes with different fonts and the pen option to just draw boxes, this is how I start creating my layouts. And then just by copying and pasting, you can start, you know, organizing your info a little better, and it just looks like so tidy and perfect. I really like this option. And another thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to delete this one because this is like the standard one. So I'm just gonna make another copy of this one, place it right here. And now what I want to do is just make everything a little bit smaller to see if I can fit a few more boxes. But you see how easy it is? Once you work on the one box, you can just duplicate that an unlimited amount of times and then just keep, you know, creating, organizing, etc. So I will actually copy these two. Okay, and then now I can make another full row to enter more info. And now here I have a little space, so I'm going to go look for my washi book, which is here. And I'm actually going to go to the papers, which should be here. Let me think, which one looks better? A darker color, I feel. Maybe or this yellow one I think I like. So I show how to do this on another video that I can also link below, but basically you use your lasso tool to draw a square, you know, just to capture an area. So in this case I want this yellow background, so I click on take screenshot. On this top corner I click on the arrow and then I go to copy. Okay, so that's gonna copy the image part that you selected, and then I go back to my planner, tap and hold on the screen, click on paste, and then you got this part. As you could see on the previous page, so when I was here, I'm sorry, I just selected a random shape, not random, but it was not a perfect square or rectangle. However, when you go here and paste the shape, it just automatically turns it into a rectangle, just so you know that. Anyway, so what I want to do with this is I actually want to crop it. To crop, I will tap and hold on the image, edit, and then tap again, crop, and then you have the option to do freehand, so you could do any shape that you want, but in this case I want to just crop it in the same rectangular shape. So I'm just gonna click on the rectangle option down here, and I actually need it quite small, quite narrow, maybe around there, to be placed here. And now I could make this wider or longer by using these arrows on the top and on the side, because if you use the little ball, the circle here, it's gonna grow it proportionately, so both sides, it's going wider, it's going taller at the same time. But in this particular case, this has a pattern, it's not just colors. So if you can see, if I do this, it's gonna stretch out the pattern. I don't like that, it looks deformed. So I'm gonna bring it back, and what I do, I'll show you in a second. Let me just make this a little smaller to fit it better, something like that. And then I use my lasso tool and you can adjust it better. But what I do here, I just copy it. So just tap on the selection, click on copy, tap and hold, click on paste, and that will paste another piece of washi. And now what you do here, you just wanna like make it match with the previous washi. As you can see here, I'm kind of adding another piece of the same flower, sort of, okay? And then you have this washi piece that just looks longer. So this is a method I like to just grow my papers, backgrounds, or washi strips. Okay, and now for my widget space or blank area, what you do is you can just add widgets. So I think that what I will do, let me see if I have some quick quotes. This is my color sticker book number 3 here, because they're in white, so I love that. So I have workout, stay strong, you can totally do it. I like this one actually because, I don't know, I've had my doubts lately. So just gonna paste this here to remember that yes, I can do it. All right, so that's what you can use this area for. I can also add widgets, of course, and this is actually the widget library number 1, the one that's included in the Elegant Planner bundle, and I like it a lot because, as you can see, the colors really pop with the dark background. So I think I'm just going to add one of these hearts. Let's see, maybe the green one. I like the way it pops. And then just paste it here. And what else? Sorry, let's go back to the widgets. You know, I'm gonna set my top priorities, so I'll get this other widget right here. And just keep it. It's quite small for being the priorities, but it's okay. Something like that, maybe. I can add another photo here someday. Okay, so another cool thing you can do is you can of course add text on top of a widget, and that's the whole idea with the widgets, that you get some extra area to write, you know, enter notes, info. So I'll just write something very abstract, I think, like first thing, do it, because that's what I struggled the most. Like just get to, you know, the workout part. Like I always have excuses, I'm always tired, I always have to work. So no, first thing will be do it, and then I'm just gonna add the second and third text boxes that I will edit right now. So second thing will be improve. So okay, one thing is doing it, another thing is, you know, actually try to get better. So whatever you did the first time, try to make it better the second time, or go for longer. You know, if it's a hike, go a little bit faster or hike a little bit further. And the third thing I'm going to try to remind myself will be variety. because when I was younger, I just used to do so many things, like different activities, and that kind of stopped once I became a mother and all those things. So I want to continue. So yeah, this is my finished page. I really like the way it looks. This is just 2 sections that I used out of these 36 blank linked sections that I have. And another thing I want to quickly mention, I was forgetting. So this was my tomatoes section, which is like a random single page that I'll have here. But my workouts, I mean, hopefully I'll finish all of these boxes soon. So I'm gonna need more room. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna tap on these 4 squares on the top left corner, and then I can just click on this little arrow next to what it says the number of this page, which is 89. Tap on the arrow, click on duplicate, and what that did is it created another page behind the existing page. Okay, so this is the existing page and this is the brand new page. So if I go back to my index and then I click on workouts, okay, you got this. And then if you click on the following tab, you come to this blank page and then you swipe and you have a brand new page to keep doing your workout. So you have 2 options here. You can click on the top right corner here on these 3 dots and then click on clear page. That's going to get rid of all of your information, photos, handwritten notes and everything else you've entered and give you the original planner page. Okay, so it looks just like all the other pages. However, this is a page that I added to this first section. So this is the first page of a blank section. This is another second page for that same section, because if I go here, this is going on to the following section. I hope this makes sense. It's a little complicated, and in fact I wanted to just go back, because since this is gonna still be used for workout, I can choose to keep my widgets or I can replace them. If I want to delete them, I would just use my lasso tool to select what I don't want, tap on that selection, click on delete, and they're gone. You could also, for example, exchange this washi with a different color, so you can delete that and add a different type of image. And also here, since this is like a workout that happened already and I have it registered on this first page, I'm just going to create another copy of these standard boxes and just add it right here. Okay, so that was it for the video. I hope that you learned something new today. Hopefully this will get you a little inspired and maybe get some workouts done if you have been struggling as much as I have to start. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. If you have any questions, drop me a comment in the comment section and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're notified whenever I upload a new digital planning video. Thank you so much guys for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.